Hey guys, welcome back. Are you overusing the word very? For example, it was very bad, it's very hot, he's very mean when speaking or writing in English. Guys, there are more advanced English vocabulary you need to know, you need to use to avoid, to stop saying very so that you don't use very all the time. You better express yourself, especially when you're writing an essay, if you're preparing for IELTS, TOEFL, any proficiency exams, or maybe even in work and professional settings. In this video lesson, we'll go through over 20 new words you can use instead of always saying very in English. Now, if this is the first time you're here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name's Adriana from EnglishTeacherAdriana.com. I help English learners improve their English, boost their confidence, to finally speak English confidently. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications, so that you know, get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your English. Now guys, to help you effectively learn and most importantly remember this advanced vocabulary, I suggest that you use and apply the shadowing technique throughout this video lesson. So when you hear me say a word, say the example sentence, copy, shadow, repeat out loud with me so that you learn the pronunciation, you do some practice to help you remember, and most importantly, use this new vocabulary when speaking in English. Go and find yourself a quiet corner and let's begin with the first word. Now, if you'd like to say that you were afraid, but you were really afraid, so you were very afraid, instead of saying very afraid, you could use the phrase fearful. Fearful. For example, she was fearful for her life. So here, instead of saying she was very, very scared or very afraid for her life, here, she was fearful for her life. Again, pronunciation, fearful, fearful, fearful. 2, now if you feel angry, but very, very angry, instead of saying very angry, you could use a word furious, furious. Now here, please don't roll the R. It's not furious. I know there's a lot of vowels here. Listen and repeat, furious, furious. Furious. For example, he was furious with his children's behavior. Again, pronunciation, furious, furious. 3, if you find something to be bad, but very, very bad, instead of saying very bad, you could use a word awful, awful. Notice here pronunciation, awful, awful, awful. For example, that meal was awful. We're never going back to that restaurant. Again, pronunciation, awful, awful. 4, if you find somebody to be boring, but very, very boring, a great word to use to describe them as being very boring could be with the word dull, dull. Now notice here the D, dull, dull. For example, she has a dull personality. She has a dull personality. Again, pronunciation, dull, dull. 5, if you find yourself being busy, but very, very busy, for example, at work, maybe in your private life, then you could use a word swamped, swamped. Now notice here how there is an ED ending, but we don't say swamped. No, here we pronounce it as T. Listen carefully, swamped, swamped, swamped. For example, we are swamped at work today. We are swamped at work today. Again, pronunciation, swamped, swamped. 6, now if you'd like to describe somebody or something as being careful, but very, very careful, then you could use a word cautious, cautious. Now careful with this one here, it's not sound here, the C, we use a K sound, k, caw, caw. And also with N, the T-I-O-S, it's not tios, okay, here in English, you know, it's a little bit tricky, the pronunciation. Try and listen and repeat, cautious, 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 cautious. For example, please be cautious when negotiating the new terms of your contract. Again, please be careful when negotiating the new terms of your contract. Again, cautious, 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 cautious. 7, if you'd like to describe somebody as being cheap, so they don't spend money a lot. Actually, they don't like spending money at all. You'd like to describe them as being very, very cheap. A great word to use in this setting is the word stingy, 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 stingy. For example, Bob is stingy when it comes to buying coffee for others. Bob is stingy when it comes to buying coffee for others. Again, pronunciation, stingy, 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 stingy. If you'd like to describe something as being very clear, so it could be clear, it could be clean, then you could use the word spotless. Spotless. Now here we have two words combined in one. We don't say spotless. You could say it like this, but it's not natural. Here we need to connect it. Spotless. 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 For example, I love my house to be spotless. I love my house to be spotless. Again, spotless. Spotless. 9. If you'd like to describe something as being complete, so it's very complete, there's a lot of detail, everything is done, then you could use a word comprehensive. Comprehensive. Now this is a long one, let's break it down together. Again, the C, we have a K sound. Comprehensive. Comprehensive. Now, forget about the R there. We don't roll it. Listen, don't look at the word, just listen to how I'm saying it. Try to repeat it out loud. Comprehensive. 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 For example, Mary completed a comprehensive analysis of our business. Mary completed a comprehensive analysis of our business. Again, comprehensive. 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 Now, if you feel confused, but very confused, a great word to be using in this setting is the word perplexed. Perplexed. Now here, careful with the R, it's not per, we don't roll the R, it's simply per. Per. Perplexed. Also notice an ED ending, we don't say perplexed, no, it's a T here. Perplexed. 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 For example, I was perplexed by his behavior. I was perplexed by his behavior. Again, perplexed, perplexed, perplexed. 11. If you'd like to describe something as being dirty, but very dirty, instead of saying very dirty, you could use this word filthy. Filthy. Now, I know this is going to be a tricky one because the TH there. Guys, listen carefully. Filthy. Now here with this TH, remember, stick the tongue out, pull it back in. Filthy. 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 For example, the house was left filthy once the tenants moved out. The house was left filthy once the tenants moved out. Again, filthy, 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 filthy. 12. If you'd like to describe something as being fancy, but very fancy, a great word to be using in this setting is the word lavish. Lavish. Listen carefully. Lavish, lavish, lavish. Lavish. For example, we went to a lavish hotel for our honeymoon. We went to a lavish hotel for our honeymoon. Again, lavish, 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 lavish. 13. If you'd like to describe something as being very hard to find, so you can't find it, maybe it's something that not a lot of people have, maybe it's not found a lot in the world, and a great word to be using in this setting is the word rare. Rare. Now here, there are a lot of R's. Again, we don't roll them, okay? Don't use your tongue. Use the front part of your mouth. Listen carefully. Rare. 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 For example, this diamond is rare. This diamond is rare. Again, rare. Rare. 14. If you feel hungry, but very hungry, a great word to be using in this setting is the word starving. Starving. Now, I use this word quite often, and basically if you're really hungry, you can't function, you can't do anything because all you need to do is to eat, then you could use this word. For example, I need to eat now, I'm starving. I need to eat now, I'm starving. Again, starving, 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 starving. 15. If you find that somebody is maybe mean, but very mean, a great word to be using in this setting is a word cruel. Cruel. Now this one can be tricky. There's an R, you may want to roll it. There's also some vowels you may like to pronounce. Guys, stress less. Listen and repeat. Here it's simply cruel. 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 For example, the children on the playground were cruel to the other children. The children on the playground were cruel to the other children. Again, pronunciation, cruel, cruel. 16. If you'd like to describe that you do something often, but very often, then you could use a phrase frequently. Frequently. Listen carefully. Frequently, 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 frequently. For example, I frequently need to go to the bathroom these days. I frequently need to go to the bathroom these days. Again, frequently, 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 frequently. 17. If you'd like to describe somebody as being open, but very open, then you could use the word transparent. Transparent. Again here, there's R's and there's vowels. Don't need to roll the R, don't need to pronounce all the vowels. Listen carefully. Transparent. 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 For example, Bob was transparent with all his personal finances. Bob was transparent with all his personal finances. Again, transparent, 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 transparent. 18. If you'd like to describe somebody as being ugly, but very, very ugly, then you could use the word hideous. 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 For example, the character in the book is hideous. That character in the book is hideous. Again, pronunciation, hideous, 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 hideous. 19. If somebody is willing, but very, very willing, a great word to use in this setting is the word eager. Eager. Again, a lot of vowels, a lot of R's, well, one R. Okay, no need to roll the R, and also no need to pronounce all the vowels. Listen carefully. Eager, eager, eager. For example, the boy was eager to go to the playground. The boy was eager to go to the playground. Again, eager, eager, eager. 20. If you'd like to describe that somebody is worried, but very, very worried, a great word to be using in this setting is the word distressed. Distressed. Listen carefully. Distressed, 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 distressed. For example, her mother was distressed when she found out she was in hospital. Her mother was distressed when she found out she was in hospital. Again, pronunciation, distressed, 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 distressed. 21. If you'd like to describe somebody as being weak, but very, very weak, a great word to be using in this setting is the word frail. Frail. Listen carefully. Frail, 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 frail. For example, our grandmother was frail in her last few days. Our grandmother was frail in her last few days. Again, frail, 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 frail. 22. If you'd like to describe somebody as being talented, but really talented, very, very talented, you could use the word gifted. Gifted, gifted, gifted. For example, Mary excels in all her subjects at school. She's a gifted child. Mary excels in all her subjects at school. She's a gifted child. Again, pronunciation, gifted, 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 gifted. 23. If you're sure, but very sure about something, you could use the word certain. Certain. Now here again, a lot of R's, a lot of vowels. Listen carefully and repeat. Certain, 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 certain. For example, I was certain that I left my keys here. I was certain that I left my keys here. Again, pronunciation, certain, certain. 24. If you'd like to describe somebody as being shy, they're very shy, then you could use the word timid. Timid, 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 timid. For example, Bobby's timid around girls. Bobby's timid around girls. Again, pronunciation, timid, timid. 25. If you find something to be painful, but very, very painful, instead of saying very painful, you could use the word excruciating. Excruciating, 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 excruciating. For example, I have this excruciating pain in my knee. I have this excruciating pain in my knee. Again, excruciating, excruciating, excruciating. 26. If you'd like to describe something as being perfect, but very perfect, you could use the word flawless. Flawless. For example, the essay Mary handed in yesterday was flawless. The essay Mary handed in yesterday was flawless. Again, flawless, 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 flawless. Remember guys, that practice makes perfect. Make sure to watch this video lesson a few times. Use and apply the shadowing technique. Listen, repeat out loud to help you remember. Most importantly, use these new words when speaking in English. Let's take it one step further now by completing a homework task together. Watch this video lesson for a third time. Choose 5 new words you've learned in this video lesson and use them in a sentence in the comments below this video. Remember guys, if you found this video lesson useful, please do let me know by smashing that like button. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so that you know you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your English. Continue learning with me by downloading my free audio guide where I share with you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. Find the link to my audio guide in the description below this video. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson. Bye for now.